You asked and I listened. So today I am going to break down my makeup look, what I'm wearing, and why I picked what I picked. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and let's get this adventure started. I love eye makeup, and I start my eye routine with MAC's Paint Pot. This is in the color Groundwork, and this is a primer. This is actually going to help your eyeshadow stay on. I find the older I get, the trickier my eyeshadow is. It either creases right here or it just fades away during the day. This will absolutely help keep your eyeshadow on your eye where it needs to be. Oh my gosh, I've struggled trying to figure out eyeliner at my age. I love a black liner, but a black liner on its own does me no good. But that doesn't mean that I've given up on a dark eyeliner. I just apply it differently. And what I use is Urban Decay's black, and I go real close to my lash line, just a faint little line. So that way you're like, you can see it, but you can't really see it. And then I go to another Urban Decay eyeliner. This is the color Rockstar, which has a purple tint to it. And I do that one just a little bit bolder. And between the combination of those two, it's like I get the same effect of having like a bolder black liner, but without the negative effects of having it be like just making my eyes look older. I love a big lash look. Cannot do false lashes. I can't even go down that road. So for me, having the right mascara is super important. And the one that I pick, it's a little bit pricier than others, but I have yet to find one that works as well, is the Tarte Tubing Mascara in black. This one gives me length, it gives me volume, it does not smear, which is incredibly important. But this tubing mascara by Tarte, hands down, I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. My eyeshadow depends on what color my hair is that day. I've got purple hair right now, so my eyeshadow is going to be more of a neutral toned down kind of color. I found this Makeup Forever little makeup kit. I love the colors, it's long lasting, but for me, the color of my eyeshadow changes on a weekly basis. This week, with purple hair, I'm sticking to the neutral browns. I don't wear foundation. I find personally that it's too heavy and it just sits in my fine lines and wrinkles, and it makes those fine lines and wrinkles actually look worse. So what I do instead is I just wear a BB cream, and my hands down favorite BB cream is the Tarte BB Blur Moisturizer. It blurs out those fine lines and wrinkles, it moisturizes my skin, and it has sunscreen. And then I go to the Tarte Color Correcting Clay. This stuff is just magic, everybody, all right? I'm gonna say it, hands down, magic. This is not a concealer, this is a corrector. And it will go in and it corrects any sort of pigmentation or like darkening circles underneath your eyes. The peach counterbalances the purples and the blues that might be under your eyes, or like any sort of age spots that you might have on your face. And that's gonna give you an all over smoother look. And then I just finish off that whole look with MAC's Naturalized powder, just kind of like a little powder foundation. I just put on just a little bit of that to give my BB cream just a little bit more of a finished look. But that's all I use. No foundation, just those three things on a daily basis. I cannot believe how short I am. I'm like, hi, I'm gonna talk to you about my makeup. Oh my goodness. But anyway, let's talk about the brows. Ugh. Again, as I get older, and again as my hair color changes on a daily basis, my eyebrows kind of gave me a real hard time. I went from going too dark and looking like an Angry Bird to too light, and then you couldn't see them at all. And the two products that I found that I absolutely love are these two products from NYX. This is just an eyebrow pencil, but it is a real thin eyebrow pencil. It has the little spoolie on the other end, so then I kind of just put my brows where I want them. And then I finish it off with this NYX Brow Glue. Now this has a little bit of color in it also. And this is black and this color is black, just in case you're wondering. But these two products are what I use on a daily basis to not have Angry Bird eyebrows. And then we come to the blush. I am a firm believer, just like foundation, if you pick the wrong one, it's not going to do you any favors. The wrong color, the wrong consistency is going to do nothing more than just add years to your face. I really like cream or a cream-based kind of blush. If I get the powdered one, again, it just is going to be, it kind of just sits on top of my skin. It does not really absorb. And I have a color rule. And that is that if I have on, let's just say I have on a purple eye, I have on a peach cheek. If I have an orange eye, I have a pink cheek. I keep these two colors contrasting. Now the one that I'm wearing today is from Sochi. The color on this one is Speak Easy, and I absolutely love this color. It goes on smooth and it sets really nicely on your skin. Again, like a lot of the makeup I wear, I really love. But if you're struggling with your blush, just remember, have a little bit of a contrasting between here and make sure that the consistency of your blush isn't contrasting with your skin. You don't want it setting on top, you want it to absorb, you want it to blend, and you want it to highlight. So I know what you're thinking. You're like, Lonnie, what about your lips? I didn't forget about them. I just had to get outside of the park so I could actually hear, breathe, and sit down and talk to you. And just to be honest, the older I get, the harder it is to pick out a lipstick that's actually going to stay on my lips and not go all over my face and go into my fine lines and wrinkles. That's a real concern of mine. So it has taken me a hot minute to find this combination that I like. And what I have on right now is the Duck Plump Liner. I have tried their lip glosses. I do not like the lip gloss. I absolutely love the liner. And this is the shade Fill 'Em In. And so what I do is I just line my lips and then I fill them in just a little bit. This shade on its own is a little bit too brown for me. And I think a brown lip, especially at my age, makes my teeth look a little bit more dingy. So I go in next with this MAC. This is a MAC liquid lipstick. And the color on this one is Something Borrowed. I love these two products. They stay where I put them and they are very long lasting. Again, that's another thing that happens with makeup as I get older. It just doesn't like to sit on my face. I mean, let's face it, this canvas is 61 years old and makeup just doesn't adhere to it like it used to. But out of all of my trials, out of all of my some successes, some fails, that is the makeup that I wear on a daily basis. Feel free to ask any questions if you want. I will do my best to answer them. I mean, I'm not a makeup expert. I just know what works for me. And then also too, I'm not putting any links directly on this video because I wanted it to be more of like, just kind of like a cool sit down and talk about makeup. I do have all of the products that I mentioned today in my shop, my shop account. The link is in the description if you really want to check it out. And don't forget, leave me a comment. Let me know, what do you want to talk about next? And don't forget to subscribe because these adventures, again, I'm just going to say it for both of us, are a lot of fun. And I will see you all on the next adventure.